guys, welcome to Classic Rock, Country Music Facts, and Trivia. Today's video is on the Eagles and how the Eagles alum, Glenn Frey, refused to show up for fixing through Federal Express. Making a classic album takes more than a couple of great tunes. Everyone needs to end up putting in 110% every time they strap on their instruments and get the tape rolling. No matter how much tension there is, it's always better to channel that emotion into recording rather than out on each other. By the 1980s, the Eagles were in shambles, and their live album became the only project Glenn Frey refused to join the party for. Then again, live albums are a tricky beast on their own, even though it should be easy enough to record just the right performance and put it out there. The Eagles aren't a band that can fill a soundstage the same way other live band veterans like Led Zeppelin could. They had to go over their music with a fine-tooth comb, and it's not like Eagles Live doesn't live up to the standards. Listening back to the record, every part of the sound remains intact, even if they wanted to kill each other behind the scenes. The harmonies on the tunes like Take It Easy are still as strong as ever, and when they launched into a live version of Hotel California, it's enough to make the hairs on the arms stand on end. There are even a few surprises left in the mix thanks to Joe Walsh. Considering the rest of the band were pretty mellow by comparison, Walsh is the one giving the group a kick in the ass every time he tears through a song, either throwing in some extra licks on Life in the Fast Lane or running through one of his own tracks like All Night Long. And since it was never released in a capacity on studio album, this was the first time people heard a studio version of Seven Bridges Road. It might just be a cover song, but given how well their harmonies overlap in the intro, you'd swear that tune must have been a lost B-side from the Desperado sessions. But since the group had disbanded following a massive war of words on stage, there was no way Frey was going to be seen in the same room with them. When talking about mixing the project, producer Bill Seismic talked about having to ship different pieces of the mix to different studios to get what he wanted, saying, "I had my assistant in Los Angeles with Glenn, and I had the rest of the band fly to Miami. We were fixing 3-part harmonies courtesy of Federal Express. While it's clear that something's off listening to a handful of tracks, they did at least learn from their mistakes a little bit. Looking at what they did with Hell Freezes Over, many of those renditions have the same attention to detail as this album, but perhaps with a bit more depth than before in ballads like Tequila Sunrise and Desperado. Since their breakup had just unfolded, Frey didn't necessarily have to have warm feelings about his bandmates, but Eagles Live mark the moment where the pettiness got a little bit too on the nose. The group were able to soar far higher than any rock act before them, and yet this album is proof that no one held a grudge quite like Frey. I just always thought, it amazes me how bands can be together that long and tour together that long and not kill each other. Because people get on your nerves. I mean, if you're not, I was in a band 17 years, and we didn't travel like that per se. We was weekend warriors pretty much, except for going overseas, doing some stuff there. But best friends in the world, that still are. But man, they could get on your nerves. And I'm sure I got on their nerves, and I just don't know how they handled that. Guess they didn't. All I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please like this video. You guys have a great day. God bless you. And I'm praying for you.